inline steam sterilization of filter, 121 to 123 degrees. Before starting sterilization, make sure that the process fluid has been completely drained from the filter system and that all valves are closed. When handling the valve during the sterilization phase, it is advised to use protective gloves. The inline steam sterilization of the filter system takes place through the following basic steps. Fully open the drains and vent valves upstream of the system. Let the steam flow through the system. The steam pressure must be adequate to reach the desired sterilization temperature. Drain all the condensate present from the drains and the vent valve upstream of the housing. When the steam starts to flow out and the water condensation should not be present, partially close the vent and the drain upstream and immediately after the downstream drain, paying attention that the saturated steam will flow from the downstream drain after some time rather than the one upstream drain. The pressure gauges at the top and downstream of the filter housing will be used to read the steam pressure of 1.1 to 1.2 bar, with a temperature around 121 to 123 degrees. And the pressure drop through the filter system during the steam flow will be always less than 0.2 to 0.3 bar. Adjust the drainages upstream, downstream, and at the top of the housing to reach the steam pressure at which you want to carry out the sterilization. Let it stabilize for 5 minutes, or as long as the operational experience requires. In this phase of temperature increase, it's advised to act so that there is no thermal shock with consequent mechanical stress on the filters. For this reason, it's recommended to reach the sterilization temperature in at least 5 to 10 minutes. At the end of the sterilization cycle, which will have a variable duration depending on the desired temperature, for example 121 or 125 degrees, close the valve on steam line and upstream drain and vent. Carefully open the drain or valve downstream of the housing and reduce the system pressure to 0.2 to 0.1 bar. Once this pressure has been reached, close the downstream drain valve and open the upstream drain valve to allow the system to reach the ambient pressure. Connect a source of nitrogen or sterile air to the container if not already connected previously, and let the gas flow from the upstream drain and the vent at the top of the housing partially open. The downstream drain must be closed. The air-gas pressure inside the system must be sufficient to refill the lost air. Usually the system reaches a pressure of 0.4 to 0.5 bar. It is always necessary to rebalance the pressure lost during the cooling down of the filter to prevent the system from collapsing. Once the unit has reached a temperature equal to or lower than 50 degrees centigrade, close the open drain valves and close the source of filtered air or nitrogen. The system is ready for filtration. Warning: do not rebalance the system with gases that are too cold at 10 to 20 degrees to avoid creating a thermal shock during cooling. The cooling phase must last 10 to 15 minutes.